No, it's not.
Chokes on a bottle of water. That's a rough one, choking on a bottle of water.
When I drink water, I do it all the time. If I drink soda, very seldom do I have trouble swallowing it. But water, it won't go down.
All right, starting recording.
Okay, we got a minute yet.
There it is.
Yep. Okay. Stand, say pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay.
Hey guys.
Okay, going to call the State Line City Town Board meeting to order, August 14th, 2025, 7 p.m. Roll call, all present and accounted for, with some public, here, open for public comment. Any comments? We got, oh, well, we'll go over that. We got, I didn't bring it in, it's in the car.
It's in the car. We actually don't need to talk about that at the meeting. We've got it ready for him to go and everything.
It's a new
So-
one, it's because it's all wrong.
Yeah.
Just gotta sign the right one.
Right, his question is about payment or lack thereof thus far.
Yeah,
So-
we've been trying to make contact.
We'll get the new one signed and then we'll have a check form ready.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
Okay? That work? Any other comment? No? Okay. Move on. Previous meeting minutes had been handed out and they were also sent out. Anybody got any questions, comments, or do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as printed.
A second.
Motion been made in a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Votes 3-0. Okay, claims and financial. Frank, I'll let you.
Okay, so once again, we do not have the financials ready at this meeting. However, I do have more of an explanation as to what's going on with financials. So when I started getting into it in May to start doing, getting everything up to date, I noticed there was some issues with what I was reading from the State Board of Accounts on fund numbers and the numbers that we had assigned to our funds. So there are some updates and some changes that were made post-COVID that have not been made to our accounts. So basically, the fund numbers need to be changed, which means that we'll need to change them for the whole year's transactions. So I'll have to go back through and adjust the ones that are already on the books. Because of that, I want to make sure that I have a CPA look at all this stuff, double check everything, make sure that I'm not missing anything or anything like that. So there are not any financial reports right now. I have the chart of accounts update proposal here as it stands so far. Like I said, still needs to be reviewed by a CPA before we vote on it or finalize anything. So if anybody wants to look at that, there's that. And then I did also bring a copy of our current financial expenditures, based with the bank account statement, up into from May till now. So if anybody wants to look at this or ask me any questions about any expenditures, I brought all that documentation here so that way we can look at that. Otherwise, yeah, that's where we stand right now. So we need to make a motion I'm going to come up with two different proposal packages, bid packages. One for some immediate work that needs to be done by the CPA, which actually, Steve, I need to talk to you after the meeting about our 941 forms and our filing with those. So we'll have the CPA do some work with that, and then also a bid package from the CPA to basically check over the chart of accounts and do the other transitional stuff. So yeah, I need to put those together and get those out. Padre?
Any questions for Frank?
I do.
Yes.
We just had an audit by the State Board of Accounts in the last 6 months, so what's wrong with the fund numbers? What is the problem with the fund numbers, and you gotta change everything? So I guess I'm confused, because State Board of Accounts passed us with our budget and all our accounts and everything, so what needs to be changed?
So it depends on what they were looking at for that particular audit. If they weren't looking at the chart of accounts and how it was laid out, and they
What
were
do you mean
just,
charts of accounts?
so chart of accounts is this right here. This is basically the fund numbers and now the appropriation numbers for the different funds. So basically, up until now, we've had a list of funds that had numbers associated with them. The state, back in 2002, updated to a fund and appropriation system. So you have your fund accounts, and then you have your appropriations underneath those fund accounts. Basically, all that needs to happen is just the transposing of numbers. So basically, old stuff, new stuff. And then if you open that up to the next page, the chart of accounts is the new chart of accounts
So
on the next page.
it's just the numbers on the accounts.
Yes.
The balances and all that is correct.
Correct. No balances are gonna change.
So it's just the numbers that the state account signs to all these accounts?
Exactly. And those are different from township to township. So like ours wouldn't look like Pine Villages or anything like that. And the way ours are quote unquote wrong isn't necessarily gonna throw up any major red flags or cause any direct problems. It would just be like during an in-depth audit, they would look and go, wait, you have an account 401 as your general fund and we expect 101 to be a general fund. So what's going on? It can just cause some minor confusion and stuff like that. So it's best to go ahead and get it addressed, get it updated, so that way it's what they expect, basically.
And when do you expect to have this all done?
Basically, as soon as I can get the CPA to look at it.
And what CPA are you hiring?
So that's why we gotta do the bid package, to get CPAs to apply and then pick one from whoever applies. So I figure we'll reach out to, the CPA we've been using, and then, there was a county CPA that I think we,
There's
was
one,
that, you and me
there's
talking
several,
about
there's one
that,
in
or was that
Covington.
last meeting?
There's one in Covington, there's one in Williamsport, I think. There's several, we just sent packages to each one of them.
But yeah, we'll get
So
some.
you've already sent the packages out to them?
No, I was.
It's gotta get approval for it.
Yeah,
tonight.
coming here for approval for that in order to do that, so. Yep.
I don't really see anything wrong with that. What kind of a price are we looking at? Do you have an idea? Couple hundred?
Yeah, for this, a couple hundred,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah. I don't have a problem with
Since
that.
it's mostly bureaucratic, just, paperwork, double checking.
Yep.
I mean, we give them the approval to send the bid packages out. Once they come back, then we'll review them. We'll have a real good idea of what's gonna cost.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so,
I mean, yeah, we're not talking thousands,
Well, we're not talking spending any money right now.
right,
We're just getting bids.
bids, yeah. I'll make that motion, we get all of our paperwork in corrected, so we don't have a problem down the road.
Yeah.
Because that's all the state needs to shut us down,
yeah, exactly.
because they're trying to get rid of all the small towns as it is.
Yeah, which, that'll be.
Right,
that's another
my
factor.
opinion.
Got a motion on the floor. Do I have a second?
I second it, to send out the packets and see what we've got, what
Okay.
comes back, yeah.
Okay, motion been made and seconded to get bid packages sent out for CPA. All in favor, say aye.
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 Votes 3-0. Okay.
I'd also just toss out there that a lot of small towns are doing this because there were so many changes in this legislative session that as of July 1st, that everybody's stuff is falling apart. The townships are falling apart.
Yeah.
The smaller towns like Ambia, Boswell, you guys. It's good to just double check it with how many changes there were.
Yep. Anything else on financials and claims, Frank?
No, that's all for you.
Any other questions for Frank?
Do we need a motion to table it until next month for the board? Yeah,
No, you just approved it to send out bid packages.
To get-
right, we
get it-
did, but
To get it straightened away, so we're not voting on anything tonight. We're not accepting anything right now. We're not signing anything right now,
Right.
so it's there. We tabled it last meeting, so I'd say it just stays tabled.
Okay.
Okay, old business, generator pad. I talked with Mr. Miller, Mr. Brummett, Jeff Brummett and John Miller today. They were in Covington. They were putting together, they didn't have much time to talk to me. They're from Houston Electric.
Okay.
He's hired several other people. Apparently, they're so far behind. He's got putting together bid packages for Fountain County for 3 fire departments and a new generator for Fountain County Courthouse. So he told me to call him, or he said he would call me later today, which I haven't heard from him, but I've got his cards and I've got his cell number, so I will call him again tomorrow to remind him to come out to look this over and give us a bid on that generator. So we'll have that for next meeting. Dogs at large. I saw a new dog. It looked like it was up there in Chen's yard, sleeping under the trees.
Brown
It
and
was
white.
hot. Yeah, brown and blonde,
Oh,
blonde and white. Looks a little bit like
yeah, Lori saw him out walking.
yeah, it looks a little bit like a collie face, narrow face.
It was back over by the, I don't know, the streets,
It's-
over by your house, back behind.
Oh,
the next
Wright's,
one.
it was coming out of Wright's area over there, where
Yeah,
she saw
I
it.
don't-
So
I
it's
don't
been all
know.
over town.
It wasn't just walking around and lay down for all. It was real hot, not real fat, thin. So
Yeah.
just have to keep an eye
I've seen
open.
it down over here.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye open. If I need to, I'll call Kuiper, see if he can come get it, unless we can find out who owns it. So,
Has anything more been said about the iron dogs?
You've sent letters, and they've been served, he accepted it, but I've not seen, I don't know if there's been any update.
I hadn't seen them dogs running for a while.
no, it's,
I was hoping it was done.
they were
run
down
in
at the
all
park the other
time.
day, so.
This past week?
A lot, especially when the kids were out of school, the kids would come down here and the dogs would be with them. So, it's just an ongoing battle. I'm not sure what to do about
The
it.
dogs aren't bad, they just make everybody else go crazy.
They make everybody go crazy, and they are aggressive sometimes.
Yeah, they tried to bite my nephew.
Yeah, they're
It
aggressive.
wasn't for they took the baby out of the stroller and used the stroller to beat the dogs off here not too long ago walking.
Oh, that ain't so good.
Yeah.
So,
So,
so anyway, that's an ongoing thing we're working on. Other than that, I haven't seen any other, Jeff's boxer. It's starting to wander out of the yard too. It was over in my yard
No,
the other morning, which is unusual because usually she just stays right in her yard. So I'm not sure what's going on there. I gotta talk to him about that. Municipal building, you heard from Donnie?
no.
Okay,
Excuse me.
okay. So we'll keep working on that.
Might as well move on.
Yeah, we'll keep working on that. Tall grass ordinance violations, the two buildings, Sherry's house and Bunny Petey's house behind, the trailer behind McKittrick's. They were both cut by Stars
Stars and Stripes.
Stars and Stripes. They were both cut. I haven't seen an invoice. Did you get a hold of them today, Frankie?
I did not.
They should have sent you
They
those.
sent you an invoice, says it was done.
Okay, I'll double check for you.
Okay, because I
We
hadn't,
got ours.
I've been asking. Yeah, I haven't. So anyway,
Yeah, we've
we'll
hired-
check on the invoice and we'll
We've
get
hired them
both.
twice to come.
We
take
get both
down
ends
these
paid.
our
Now,
house.
the house behind me, Bunny's and Petey's, it's been cut, but I think Sherry did it. I don't think Stars and Stripes
I
did it.
haven't been back there. No, they didn't do it.
Okay,
Because they said they wouldn't do it for what you said your max
$400.
was.
okay, well, Sherry apparently cut it. So I thought it was her Suburban that was down there, but it's been cut somewhat. I mean, it's been all knocked down and cut down. So we'll just have to keep an eye to see if they're going to complete the cleanup on it. I mean, it's still got some debris around there, so we'll see how that goes out. If I'll give them probably another couple weeks. If she doesn't do it, then the notice is still on the door. Do we need to do anything? Just go ahead and get somebody to.
Yep, you can go ahead and do it after
Okay.
you post the continuous enforcement order.
What we want to do is we'll turn around and go ahead and send out, we'll get bid packages on that place then. We'll put a bid package together so we know exactly what needs to be done and send it to different entities so that they can bid on the work. And then we'll go from there on that one.
Well,
Also, I need to send out bid packages. I'm gonna put a bid package together for McKittrick's and for Sherry's place for continue. In other words, if they don't keep it up, we're gonna have to have somebody come back and do it again. So we'll put a bid package together to have different entities bid on that too.
I mowed McKendrick's all last summer.
Before they bought it.
As before.
That's
when
Danny's place,
Ryan-
isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I would be
That was when
interested
Ryan-
in doing one.
So,
Well, Sherry called me about the whole mowing stuff and was upset because she said she never got a notice. I said, yeah, you did. They was sent to the email account your post office box. She said, well, I haven't been out there since school got out in May. That's not our fault.
That's right.
She said, well, Greg's got my phone number. Somebody should have called me. I said, that's not how we work. This has been going on for 4 years. You've been at board meeting after board meeting. We've tried to work with you. This is final straw. We had to hire somebody. And I said, she goes, well, who pays for that? I said, you will. And she said, no, I won't. And I said, it's going on your taxes. And she said, well, I've already paid taxes for this year. I said, well, it'll go on next spring's taxes then. I said, unfortunately, you are going to have to pay it. She said, well, what about Mom's place? I said, the same thing. I said, but the company that did your place won't do your mom's for what the town's willing to pay for it. I said, so right now, and she laughed. She goes, well, I'll try to get out there. So obviously she did, and she did some mowing. But I thought she was going to be here. She said she was going to be here to this meeting. But anyway, I said, you know what, this is nothing personal. Bottom line is we have a lot of houses around town that are all overgrown. And I said, we're starting with you, and it's going to roll downhill. So there's a bunch of people in this town not going to be very happy because there's a lot of places that need their grass mowed and their weeds knocked down. So, but anyway, I talked to her for about half an hour and got her to calm down a little bit. Like I said, I thought she was going to be here. I mean, it was a nice conversation. We wasn't nasty to each other. But she just didn't understand why she wasn't contacted. I said, you was.
yeah.
You was.
Yep.
We went through the legal way of contacting you, and if you don't get your mail, that's not our fault.
Unfortunately.
Just look at it, it needed done.
I know it. So I told her, and she said Carissa come and got, I think that's her name, Carissa,
Her nephew.
come and got the truck and threw all the junk out of the truck into the yard. So that junk was picked up by Stars and Stripes, and they filled my dumpster with it, trying to clean up
I
the
didn't
mess.
think there was that much in that truck.
Pickup truck load
In that truck? Not the truck.
between the truck and around the house.
Probably around the house, there
There was a
wasn't that much in that
full
truck.
scoop on the tractor is what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't
But
that much in the
anyway,
truck.
she knows that we're not playing games anymore, that she's gonna have to mow her property, or we're gonna mow it, she's gonna have to pay for it.
That's the
So,
way we
yeah,
do it.
so we'll put bid packages together, and that way we can keep up with it. It won't get out of hand like it did before. And then we just have to work with Ingrid to put the levy on the property. Yeah. So once he gets the invoices and pays the invoices, then
Usually. So normally what we recommend, if it's a one-time thing, you can go ahead and lien it, but if it's a continuous order, then we normally do like once a quarter at the end of the season, something like that. That way we're not filing liens every single week kind of thing,
Correct.
because especially if it's hot and rainy,
Right.
grass just takes
So,
off.
so just hang on to those for right now to see what happens.
Yep, that's what I would do.
Okay.
And then we can do, normally we do a big batch in September with everybody.
Okay, sounds good. Okay,
Fun days.
yeah. I was looking, trying to read down where I was at. Fun days, community events,
I have done absolutely nothing to try to put something together.
okay?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it on video,
Okay.
but I'll tell you why after.
Okay. Corner drain, Daryl was out here yesterday, or no, today's Thursday, it was Tuesday. Daryl was out here Tuesday. He did some more probing. He's trying to find the fiber that's there so that he won't have a problem. I didn't talk to him afterwards. I haven't talked to him. He hasn't been, he's supposed to be doing work out at the landfill, and he's not out there either. So I'm not sure what he's doing, where he's at, but I've been busy with some other stuff, and I was down for a couple weeks. I had some health issues, so that put me behind the eight ball and stuff. But at any rate, he's working on it, I know he is, so we'll see how that goes. Road signs, I didn't get the fire signs set, and Sue, did you ever get prices on the
No,
digital?
no.
Okay. So that's something else we need to...
It's on my list of
Okay,
stuff.
okay. Town Hall Electric, yeah, still don't, I even talked to Ricketts the other day. I forgot to ask him to come out here to bid on that. So, nothing as far as I know has been done on the Town Hall Electric either. Which I can, if Houston meets me out here, I can ask them, since they're gonna be here doing the generator, they can maybe do the upgrade on the electric for the building. We'll get a price from them.
Right, yeah.
And then, if it's too high, then we'll put a bid package together and send it out to everybody. Fuel tanks, nothing. There's only been one come up, and I haven't talked with Keystone. Keystone's been in class. I'm not sure what has happened at the state level, but all the farm supply people are having meetings like you wouldn't believe. So they've been, the kid that's in charge of the fuel and propane and stuff, he's actually been on the east side of the state in a class for the past 2 weeks. So I don't know what's happening. That's something that's going on. So, and like I said, there's only been one fuel tank come up on municipal bid, and it wasn't worth bidding on for me to go up. I mean, it still went for $800, but it was all the way up in Michigan. So, tree trimming, Russ.
Got a hold of,
Advance.
yeah, Advanced Technology. And they'll be out Monday at 8 o'clock to run around town. If there's any trees that you know of that's hanging out on the road or you think need to be trimmed, let me know.
Okay,
I'll meet him and I'll have him look at the south side of South Street, get those, and then the tree out here on Main, about halfway down the block,
oh, yeah,
get that one. And then anything else, if you know of any trees that's hanging, we need to,
hanging
Okay.
as in over the road, that's gonna
Yeah,
affect the
that's
school
gonna-
bus.
well, the school bus and
Or
stuff like that,
anything,
or
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
And like-
school bus,
like
tractors,
Frankie's
trucks.
up there on
Yeah,
Well,
the,
both blocks along State Line Road, it's got, when you pull up to pull out, it's hard to see.
yeah. Need to have him look at that.
Well, I think they trimmed their trees, didn't they?
No,
No,
they
didn't?
took
They took
trees down,
in
but
the
they didn't do
front
anything with the
The
little
bush,
ones.
No.
the bush that's in the way, they didn't.
yeah,
do
it's that
anything.
big bush, that's
Yeah.
really the biggest issue, yeah.
I'm not sure what that bush is.
But they'll be out Monday morning at 8 o'clock, if you wanna, if you wanna meet us.
I got commissioners meeting.
Okay. If you
Or
wanna
no,
meet us,
Monday's night meeting, so, yeah, okay, 8 o'clock Monday morning?
yep, over at John's.
Okay,
He knows where John's at.
okay, sounds good.
Otherwise, he said he don't have any idea where state line, other than the city, or any locations at in state line, so.
Okay. Okay, new business. Any other old business before I go to new? Any other old business that I forgot?
Not that I know of.
Okay. New business, sewage issue. I was notified by the health department that over on Jackson Street between David Huron and Strasser's house, there's sewage coming out of the ground, and they're going to try to locate source. And one of the big reasons I asked Ingrid to be here was because the health department tells me it's the town's responsibility to take care of the problem. Because it came up about the letters that, or the list of homes that I had sent him about, and this was Andrew I was talking to, which Andrew's not there now. His dad has taken his job. So Robert Warwick is now the new environmentalist. So anyway, he says he was told by the state, which it's a big argument for me, that it's the responsibility of, since we're a municipality, it's our responsibility to take care of the problem. I guess the question I would have is, okay, we're a municipality, but we're not like Pine Village, and we're not like West Lebanon, and we're not like Williamsport, to where we have utilities.
Yeah, you don't have your own sewage system.
Right.
So I would say if it is your sewage system, then that's your baby, but if it's a private sewage system, like a septic, then
And
that
that's
seems
all we
like it
have
would
out here,
be-
septic.
The health
Right,
department.
right. That would be the responsibility of the homeowner.
Well, yeah, it's the homeowner, but who
Who
do we,
enforces
Whose responsibility is to find out.
To
who's harm's
enforce it.
coming out of
The health department.
okay, that's for us, and what I more or less told you, Andrew, at the time was, hey, we're on both same page. We don't want it, you don't want it.
Right.
So, and we happen to have the same legal, so just, let's get it done, and then we'll go after the homeowner.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's where we're at. So anyway, they're supposed to be doing that. They are trying to find out where it comes from. And they'll let me know when they're doing stuff, they said.
Well, didn't
So-
we, isn't it running down the side of his yard? Isn't.
One side
It's running to the north.
It's
It's
been
run-
run-
Okay, so didn't we have an issue coming from Hackett's
No.
years past?
It came from what's Greg, I think, Greg's house, behind you, or
Oh, yeah.
west of you, that
Yeah.
the Victorian house.
Uh-huh.
He was dumping into our tile. It was our tile.
Oh, okay.
It's the town tile, but he was dumping
Yeah,
into
we
it.
saw
So now
And
somebody
And
else is.
Eric found it. He dye tested his house. He found it, and Eric said he fixed the problem, so it should have gone away. And we replaced tile from
I knew we put some
alongside
tile down.
Hackett's all the way across Franklin to that corner there.
Okay,
We replaced that tile.
so now he's got
So,
raw
and
sewage.
the tile we replaced, if I'm not mistaken, dumped into the corner and then crossed underneath Jackson and went down David's side, okay? So where this one comes from, that's what I'm not sure of. Now, I know Loretta's house, Strasser's house, is supposed to have a jet system. I never, and when I worked at the health department, I had no record of that system. And I was told by Loretta and Marla that was a jet system. I'm like, okay,
Is it
so
on Strasser's side or Huron's side?
Strasser. It's on Strasser's side and it's coming out of the ground. So I haven't been up there since they called to look at it, but that's where the problem was originally. And I can only assume that's where the problem is again. So all I'm gonna say is that if they can find out where it's coming from, which this is gonna be really vague, because unless it's within 100 yards of that leak, that dye won't make it to it. The dye dissipates. That's what we run into, unless it's a direct discharge.
Well, this
So-
is a fairly new problem. I would check Brenda's old house.
That's nowhere near it.
Where the house used to sit.
It's just across Strasser's yard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but that tile doesn't go that direction.
Okay.
But, you know,
Brenda's old house is on, what's that street, Ohio?
Center.
Center. It's on
But they
Center.
just recently, that property's just recently got their water up and running. And they're, isn't that correct, Steve? They just recently
Yeah,
got
they just
water
got,
and
they
septic.
just got electric and
Water
water
and
and
everything.
everything in it.
And
not too long
so
ago.
this is if this is a new thing, it's a possibility that it could be.
Well, Brenda has a septic system, I know that.
Okay,
A piss poor one.
That,
most of them are.
it's a registered septic system.
Yeah.
It has leaked, and it was addressed by a licensed installer to fix it, and he did, and he recommended a perimeter drain like they did at the house behind him.
Yeah.
And that never got done. Mark's moved out and it sat and then it's gone deteriorated.
Yeah.
So if they're using it again, if it's active again, then I think what you're gonna find before we find it in ours, because I'm pretty sure it's not tied to our system. What you're gonna find is the guy on
Somebody
the end of
that-
the street is gonna end up complaining because he's the one that claimed before because it would dribble in his backyard. Come out of her system. So that's what you're gonna hear.
So the sewage could possibly still be just his own sewage running into his,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
From Strasser's.
from Strausers.
That's
septic
because
system.
that system has never, to my knowledge, been identified. Never. So it could be his own, since it's a jet system, if the jet system wasn't maintained properly,
Right.
which you know
Yeah.
from,
Those are hard to,
so, yeah, if it's not maintained properly, it will create a problem. So anyway, that's where we're at on the sewage issue. Once again, all I'm saying is, because the one thing Andrew threw at me was, well, that's why Pine Village had to put a townwide system in, because nobody had fixed their septic system. And,
but that's not ours, yeah.
well, that's what IDEM will make you do. So
Yeah.
Huh?
IDEM will make you do
Will
that.
make us put it in.
Yes. They made Pine Village do it because the town board sat there and wouldn't take the next steps to stop it.
Yeah.
Whatever it was, whether it's dig up the tile and plug it, to stop it from getting to the creek. That's the point we have to do. We'll dig a hole there, we'll plug that tile so nobody drains.
Nobody drains into it.
So-
We'll find out when it backs
We'll
up.
find out who it is when it backs up into their bathroom.
Yeah, you back up, and there'll be a lot of people unhappy because it's a town drain, so all your corners will be flooded because you
Yeah.
plugged up a drain. But, I mean, if that's what it takes, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
Before I have to put a system in this town.
Right.
Because I don't wanna pay $120 a month.
No. Or more.
I was gonna say.
So, anyway, that's why I brought up the sewage issue, and
Okay.
that's where we're at on the
Yeah.
sewage issue.
Okay.
Well, we're talking drains and stuff.
Go ahead.
David Huron stopped by, and he was talking, and he's got a hole in his drain that
In
when
his
it
yard.
rains real hard,
It's-
it bubbles up.
It's across the street from the leak we're talking about.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
It's exactly,
And he took a 6-foot
yeah,
pipe and put it in it, and it just fell and choop,
disappeared.
and disappeared.
Yeah, he
So
told me
it's,
about that.
it's deeper than 6 foot deep. And I don't know what it is.
No, I don't either. And we were, when we had the leak on Jackson, that's one of the issues I was talking to Daryl about, and Daryl said, when he dug, because he did that tile work down through there, all the way down to where Cliff used to live down there. Wally.
Yeah.
Anyway, he did tile work all the way down there, and he said, I never came across tile. Well, if it's 6 foot deep, you're not gonna
Yeah.
come across the tile.
Yeah.
So, we may just have to hire him to go in and dig
And
down
dig
to it.
down and find out what it is.
And find out what it is, where, I mean, if it's just a cistern or something, then we just need to plug it up. I mean,
Yeah.
stop it. So,
But
yeah,
my worst nightmare is somebody's walking or driving through there and the whole car, or they fall
Big
through.
sinkhole.
it hasn't gotten any bigger. It's
Yeah.
still
Oh.
just this big.
Well, how big underground though? I
Well,
mean,
he said he had to
Yeah.
break a hole to get through, but
Yeah.
I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with you. I agree with you.
yeah.
And I guess, the question I guess I'll have for you is, do you want to go ahead and have Daryl come out and dig down and find out what's going on there
Well,
to prevent a problem?
I think we need to. We need to find out.
Or, and even if I can't get Daryl, I'll find somebody with a backhoe. to
Yeah,
come.
just dig it up
Yeah, dig it up, find out where it
after
goes.
after we spot it.
Yeah, I don't know how the old timers laid those old tile out, but
Yeah.
it could be a gathering cistern
Yeah.
before it goes to the tracks or something like that, but,
Could be.
I mean, yeah, the hole needs to be addressed, I agree with you guys 100%.
Or somebody's kid or whatever falls in it.
Yeah,
Yes.
somebody breaks a leg. Okay, well, I won't write on mine. Oh, yeah, I can, I can write on mine. I can write on mine, I just can't write on the minutes. Frank, you'll have a fit.
I made multiple copies this time, so whatever you
Okay. I'll get that looked at then. Anything else on
Chickens.
chickens?
Got chickens in there.
Okay, yeah, I got chickens down there. I got a call from Jeff,
Jeff.
apparently,
Yeah, in Fowler's old house.
Leland's old house. He called, the people to the south of him have chickens apparently.
Hulse.
Yeah. And they stink. And he's asked them to address, because the pen apparently hasn't been cleaned. So he asked them to, do something about it, and they told him to go away. They didn't have to do anything about it.
Yeah, they do.
So, yeah, yeah, I know. I did not, I drove over there because I thought, oh, I'd be able to see it. Like, it's all, I can't see nothing back there, and I didn't want to go on the property.
Well, I think it's actually behind their house towards Jeff's, back in,
In the raspberry bushes.
well,
Yeah, see,
whatever that is.
that's what I mean, I can't see. So anyway, I guess, do we want to send a letter, or, okay.
I'd start with the letter before you go forward and it's violation, but if you can send me an address.
Okay. I'll get you an address, and I'll have Ingrid send them a
You know
letter.
these folks, but I have no idea where their houses are.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because
the
they-
smell, not the noise of the roosters.
Pardon?
It's the
just
smell, not so much the
not
noise.
He had no complaint about noise, it just was a smell, because they can't sit outside his house because it stinks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
well, and if you don't keep your
And-
food clean, it's
Yeah.
gonna smell
And
like,
that's right, and,
it's gonna stink. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
yeah, I don't know. Anyway, and the one reason I brought that up is because, as we know, in our ordinance, we talked about this before.
They have to be clean coops.
You have to take care of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
as far as I know, everybody else that's got them is taking care of them, so. Okay, I'll get that, and I'll get that taken care of, that'll take care of the chickens. Anything else on chickens?
No.
Would you like to? Okay, time to do the resolutions. Ingrid, I'll let you explain the resolutions, please.
Okay, so first one, 2025-08-14A. This is for personal property to get rid of your playground equipment. Whenever, even if it's for, recycled or given up as junk property, you have to do a resolution to declare surplus property. This is for your insurance, which we don't want to, get on the wrong side of. So that's what this one is.
Okay.
And you can dispose of it if you haven't already, after you sign this resolution.
Okay.
Any way we want,
Any quit?
basically.
Within reason. I mean, don't do something illegal, but yeah.
If somebody wants to haul it off, they can haul it off
That's
for us.
fine. Like, don't burn your
That's-
playground down for the insurance money.
No. But if
I don't do
somebody
that
wants,
kind of
that's
No,
what I'm asking.
no, I don't
If
either.
somebody, if somebody wants to haul
Yes,
it off,
they
they
can.
can haul it off.
Yep.
Okay.
And what's that?
The playground equipment.
The
You
playground.
can't go to the bathroom. You gotta stay here if you wanna know what's going on.
The old merry-go-rounds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
whatever.
playground, or whatever, playground
Whatever.
equipment, that's the
Any playground equipment
resolution.
you wanna get rid of, we,
Okay,
State says we can't have them.
entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that we accept the resolution as printed.
2025-08-14A.
A.
I second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, we'll need to sign that one. Next one, B.
So this one for B, this is the resolution to purchase property from Vinod Gupta. It's the Savvy IN LLC. I talked to him this morning. He has signed everything. He wanted to know when he got his check, and I told him I need the original documents before I authorize the release of any funds. So he is supposed to be mailing those back to me. And I will let you know when I have those in hand.
Sounds good. So that's resolution 2025-08-14B. Any questions?
None at this time.
Motion?
So made that we accept it as printed.
I second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Resolution 2025-08-14B. Okay, we'll sign that one. That takes care of the two resolutions.
That is for Moore's property, so that we can process it
Or buying it?
and get it cleaned up, and then we can get rid of that property.
Which one's that?
The one right over here, it's all over.
That you can't see.
Across from Sean Hackett's.
One you can't see, yeah.
There's a house and a barn in there, everything in there.
Once we have ownership of the facility, of the property, then we'll put out bids for cleanup. And then we'll go from there. We'll start with a bid for cleaning up the property, and then we'll go for bids of demolition of the house. So that's where we're at.
If somebody doesn't come forward and after we get it opened up to where they can see it,
Yeah,
if it's salvageable, if somebody wants to buy it, then we can sell it for what we've got into it and get out,
No,
but we
didn't
get the
have to deal
property
with-
cleaned up.
right. Get out everything we put into it, plus they would say, whoever did do that, they would have to sign an agreement that they'd have X amount of time to
Make
have
it
it
livable.
livable.
Or
Yeah.
whatever.
So that we just don't turn
Presentable.
around and do this again.
How much was it purchased for?
3,500.
3,500.
So that's what Vinod had in it. He bought it for taxes, and with his taxes, what he paid for taxes, what he paid to have somebody come out and evaluate the home. They came to me and said that, she came to me and she said, I heard you were getting ready to condemn the house. I said, yeah, we are. She goes, well, let me look at it, but I need to talk to you. So she went down, she come back, she says, okay, would you be willing to take it off our hands if I talk to my boss, which it wasn't Vinod, it was Chris or somebody, anyway. Yes, his helpers. Anyway, and I said, well, it depends on the price, but yeah, we probably gonna work out something. She says, well, maybe I can talk him into giving it to you. Yeah, okay, we'll take that too, So anyway, she said, okay, I'll talk to him and he'll call you. So you'll see a call from Florida. I said, okay. I did. Received a call from him. Like I said, Chris, Rich, somebody, I forget, Ken, somebody. Anyway, and we talked, and I said, well, how much, are you gonna give it to the town or what? He said, well, we really don't wanna give it to the town, but can we get our money out of it? I said, how much money you got in it? He says, well, what we've paid people to go up there and evaluate and look at it with the taxes and the penalties, we got about $3,500 in it. So I brought it to the meeting last month, and we approved the expenditures of $3,500. We started the process. Our attorney sent them paperwork, as you heard. Paperwork's been signed now, so as soon as we get it back, then we can close the deal out, and it'll be ours. So, yeah, it's one way to handle a piece of property that, we tried to get it actually before tax sale. That's what we tried to do. I don't know how that happened, because I've been up there several times and I talked to the
Me
assessor
too.
and stuff, so I don't know how it happened.
I don't know
But
how it got sold for taxes out from underneath us. We both were.
So if you guys want to buy anything on tax sale, if you let me know, there's a resolution for the commissioners to gift one over to you guys. And there's a whole process that a town has to follow, but if you have one that you see, let me know, and I can ask the commissioners to give it to you.
And that's what we would have done.
Yeah.
We didn't know it was for tax sale.
No, because we've been up there about who paid the taxes, and they said the taxes had been paid in cash by somebody.
Is there a process to make sure we're notified of tax sale?
Yeah, how
They
do,
run the notice in the paper, and so, but the problem is if you start it and you send notice, and this wouldn't have happened in this case because Mr. Moore was deceased, I believe.
Yes.
But if they redeem the property and they pay the taxes back, that's the purpose of the first notice, is that you put a lien on it for the amount of legal fees that you would have. So they reimburse you for your time and your expense and the back taxes, and that's the only way they can get it back. But I can look to you. There's also, I think Warren County runs theirs through SRI.
Yes.
And so they should have those posted about a month before tax sale, which is always September, October.
Okay. Well, I'll look into that and see if I can find
see
out
if
how
there's
we can
anybody
watch that.
else,
Yeah.
anything else in
We'll
town.
find out something going on. We'll have to keep an eye open for that. Anyway, so that's where we're at on
Resolution.
both those resolutions, so.
And then just so you guys know, in terms of next steps, after you have title to the property and get it cleaned up, a lot of towns, every 3 or 4 years or so, do a surplus property sale. There's a procedure for that, but you guys can strip off some of your smaller vacant lots that you guys own. You guys own a handful, and get them sold so they get back on the tax rolls. And a lot of towns do that about every 3 or 4 years, so I'm helping 2 towns with that right now.
I don't think we have anything like that.
No, right now.
Everything's
No.
pretty much personally owned
Yeah.
by,
Everything we own, we're using.
Too, that don't have owners in some cases. Triangular parcels here.
oh, that one back over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody knows who owns it.
We'll need copies, yes, and then the one for the playground equipment needs to go to your insurance carrier.
Okay, so hand those down to Frank.
And then we can put sign, thanks, so split it for the property, put it on right there for this president.
Sure. Oh, great.
Yeah,
Throw
I
that
had
one
to
away.
scribble around on mine.
Throw that one away.
It probably works if you scribble on it. Scribble.
That's good.
Like an ornament.
Said the disposal
I'll
of
let you
personal
read it.
property needs to go to insurance.
Yes, please, and that's for your capital asset policy.
Okay. Any other new business?
No,
I don't
then
have
I
anything.
know
Okay.
it.
Okay. Okay, if you stick around, we'll get you squared away with the stuff. I gotta go out the car to get it. Other than that, I'll entertain a motion.
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I accept. Second.
He accepts it.
He accepted the motion. And all in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay, stop the camera.